There's some crazy shit going on, man. Kendrick's fucking shit up right now. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, the Grammys.
Yeah.
That shit's rigged, man. They just hate on Drake, dog. Drake's fucking OG.
I mean, like,
They're just trying to shit on Drake, bro.
I was Googling where Drake's at after. I'm like, yo,
It
can't,
was
where the
all like
fuck's,
Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all those people, bro. All
where
the
the
Drake
fuck's
haters
Drake?
and shit.
Where's Drake at, bro?
Yo, Drake needs to lay the smack down, bro. What the fuck? Drake's gonna diss everybody.
I don't know, man.
Nah, man.
I think
Kendrick
this
killed it.
guy's, I think Drake's starring in like Barney 2 movie and shit.
Barney too and shit. Drake's chilling, bro. He's just keeping a low profile till after the Super Bowl, man. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Kanye West is really chilling.
Kanye West and his girl, bro. They're going crazy. Like, yo,
Can we show titties on YouTube? No, we can't show
I
titties.
don't
We can
know,
show
bro.
titties on Twitter X, but we can't show titties on YouTube. I got a feeling
Yo,
we'll get fucked.
I mean, I thought she was wearing a dress. No,
I mean, like,
is she wearing clothes or no?
yo, girls should have rights. You know, they should have
No,
freedom. Like
no, I
all
don't
these
care.
girls that
I
are
don't give a
maybe she's protesting for all the shirtless like feminists and stuff.
The shirtless feminist. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. You know those titty free like
Oh, okay. Bra free,
protests and
no bra
shit.
and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah. So
yeah.
I
So she
fuck with it,
like
bro. Shout
like
out to them, bro.
I think it's art, man. Like it's beautiful art.
What Kendrick did? I not like what
What
Kanye did.
Kanye did? Yeah, yeah. His
Yeah.
name's Yeah, yeah. It's not Kanye. It's Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's out here correcting people. He's like, yo, the name's Yeah and shit.
Yeah, I
Change
know.
my
I
name to
seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, he's just doing what he's got to do to stay relevant, I guess. Like he likes to be in the news, I guess. Like right now, it's like there's so much shit going on, so you gotta do something to stay relevant right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think like he used that opportunity to just like remind everybody, and the way that he did that is by making her get naked. They're saying like that's the first time that ever happened.
That he got her naked?
No,
He's
like
always getting her naked.
at like the Grammys or some shit like that.
I mean, like, it's sick, bro. I love it. Like, I support that.
So much shit like week to week these days, bro. Like this
Yeah.
week, you got the Super Bowl. That's gonna be the same shit like the Grammys, that type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone just trying to steal the attention type shit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Taylor Swift was twerking and shit. She's like twerking. She's like A minor. Like,
That's fucked. That means Chiefs might get that. Chiefs might get that, man. I'm gonna have to change my prediction. I still got a prediction video coming up for this week on YouTube, so make sure everybody checks that shit out.
the hot topic, the Grammys, like that shit happens so quick. But like, yo, like I don't want to jump topic to topic, but like
This one you have to and shit, right? This one you have to and shit, right? Like
yeah,
LeBron and Luca, bro. What the fuck?
yeah.
That's
So
big, bro.
the thing is, how you just I saw a clip where who's grabbing the beer out of Luca's hand and shit. Somebody was grabbing the beer out of his hand after they won the championship.
No,
And they're
after they
saying
won
that
the West Finals, the West Finals, not
yeah,
the NBA Finals,
the Western
yeah,
championship, right?
yeah.
So what do you gotta say about that? When you grab a beer from a man's hand and shit.
I gotta say that they're bugging the fuck out, but at the same time, like I get where they're coming from, but like as a professional, that shit gets annoying and shit. But some of these
Dude.
people, they need that shit.
Nah, but haven't you watched The Last Dance? Jordan and these guys are smoking cigars, opening up beers and shit, getting drunk, playing golf, getting drunk before the game and shit. Like these guys are chilling, man. Like what the
For
fuck?
sure, Jordan's Jordan, but like I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I never said nothing wrong with it. I see where like you're going to work and everyone wants to turn up and shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like your job's on the line, and these guys are all like fucking. They're on fucking 5-year deals for $500 million and shit. They're just fucking off and shit, right?
Mhm.
And you're like, fuck, like yo, if these guys don't win this championship, I might get fired, type shit. There must be some shit going on, bro. There's something that like this guy Luca is probably on some bullshit. He probably be cussing at everyone when he's drunk and like, you
He
know.
could be clapping one of the owners or teammates.
Oh, that's fine.
Shit,
Like,
ass cheeks.
yeah, like that's fine. Like, I just like the thing is like Luca's known for being a fucking drinker. Like, this is a known like internet like if you go back years and shit. That shit's sorry, man. There's an echo, so I'm trying to cut that off right now.
My
It's
echo,
not.
you're.
It's not letting me do it, so I
Oh
gotta stop
shit.
the recording and start.
Okay.
Yeah,
Luca.
so pretty much, yeah. Sorry, man. I had to cut that echo out. That was fucked up. But yeah, like there must be some shit behind the scenes going on with Luca that they're not talking about, or that like is gonna come forward soon and shit. Like this seems like a like that's the only way that it could make sense and shit. I don't know, but you never know. Like they got Kyrie, they got Luca, they just got Klay Thompson. That was a really good team, man. Like they should have been like their goal should have been a championship right now.
My thing is, what did Davis do?
AD,
Yeah.
yo, I just think you have to do that if you're the Lakers. Like I don't think you think like they could ask for anybody, even LeBron, and you're gonna do that. Like that's how I'm looking at it. Like if they were to say right now, give us LeBron for Luca, you're doing that.
So this is the NBA is in on this. They made him do that.
Like that's also a possibility. Like that's what people think. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that thinking. I just think like we can't go like I don't think the conversation go to that side of like the conspiracy side. Like I just don't see the point of it. Like sports is probably all fixed and all that shit, but if we do that, then we gotta do that every single second and shit. You know, like every single thing that happens is that then, right? So it's like why even bother when you just take it for entertainment? Like Luca's with LeBron and shit. NBA's ratings were going down. This is gonna fucking bring the fucking fans going crazy again, and everyone's gonna be talking shit about Jordan and LeBron, where that combo was kind of like boring at the moment and shit. But now because, like, the thing is, when you say what did AD do, AD was a bitch, bro. Like, I seen this guy play like a bitch, like right in front of my face and shit, right? Like, I've seen him play fire, and I've seen him play like a bitch. So, like, I feel like when it comes to Anthony Davis and shit, like, dude's fire, but he's
Mhm.
not reliable. Like, I said it the year after they won the championship when he got injured in the playoffs. That summer, get rid of this guy. These guys went and got Westbrook and did all this dumb shit. But I was like, yo, get rid of this guy. And he was younger then too. But end of the day, you got something better now than what you would have got then. The only difference is that you sucked for a couple years. Like Lakers weren't even fucking top 8. They were only in the playoffs because of the fucking play-in. All these years with Davis. So what did Davis do? Davis did not like take LeBron and carry him. Davis still wanted to be carried by LeBron and shit. Like that's the kind of like the vibe as a Laker fan, right? Like if you were watching all these games and shit, it seemed like, yo, Davis, do some shit, bro. Like do some shit. Like that's all you're saying when you're watching this shit. And then there's times where he goes crazy and you're like, yo, see, I knew this guy could do that. But
Mhm.
most of the time he just like defers and shit. Whereas Luca's not gonna defer to anybody. My Luca's better than like the fact you're getting Luca right now, he's only 25. Like the next 10 years, if he stays as a Laker and shit, like Lakers are set. They're gonna be a finals team all the time. They're gonna be, you know what I mean, top 4 team all the time. Like if they keep a decent team around him, they'll be good. Like look at Dallas before Kyrie. You know they had Jalen Brunson. They were still in the Dallas in the West Finals and shit. Last year they went to the fucking finals. They've been good, bro. Like Luca's been
Mhm.
good, and he hits buzzer beaters. He hits clutch shots and shit. He's not like a great 3-point shooter, but he just keeps jacking them. He don't give a fuck if he misses. Like he just keeps shooting.
Mhm.
So I don't think like he'll defer and shit. Like he's not gonna have that problem of like, yo, LeBron's here, let me give it to LeBron type shit. Like, and he's just like more of a dog. Like Anthony Davis is not a dog, bro. Anthony Davis is like everything he does is like lazy. Like it seems like it's lazy. Like he might be putting in his best effort. That's why he always gets hurt. But like he doesn't have that like spring to him and shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's a little bit like laid back a little bit. Like he like the size that he doesn't intimidate like that. Like nobody's out here scared of Anthony Davis and shit, right? Like you get what I mean? Like they're not scared of him physically. Like even though he could fuck someone up, physically they're not scared of him. He doesn't. It's just not like it. Just seems like he's like a little bit softer, like the way he acts and shit. You know what I mean? Like so that's like the shit that I really see when it comes to why you trade Anthony Davis from the Lakers side. Like yo, bro, that's why you do it. He's 32 or 31 or 30. He's in around that age, 30 to 32, right? Luka's 25. Luka's already an MVP candidate. Anthony Davis never been one and shit. Like Anthony Davis can give you 40 points and 15 boards any night, but there's gonna be some nights where he's gonna give you 6 and 8 and shit. Right? He's not gonna be doing like 20 points. Like he'll drop an average of 23, 24. He's gonna give you 20 points a night, but Luka's gonna give you 30 a night, 35, 32, 31. Like it's a different. Like Luka's gonna give you 10 dimes and 8 boards. They might like Anthony Davis is a better rebounder, but Luka's a good rebounder for his position. So it's like you're trading a past 30-year-old big man that's always injured for a 25-year-old like guard that's like a big guard, like not a small guard, not like a little short guy. The only thing you're giving up really is defense. And obviously the Lakers don't believe in Anthony Davis.
I mean, like, who else? Like, is LeBron the big man now for the Lakers?
Nah, they got a bunch of guys, but it's nobody like pretty much yeah, LeBron has to be um on offense, he gotta kinda like be in the lane more.
He doesn't have to get worry about being the guard, main guard right now.
Yeah, right? And like even him and Anthony Davis, their chemistry was never that great. But the last 2 seasons it was really good. But it was never like there was still something like a little awkward to it. I think like Anthony Davis being down in the paint closed more lanes for LeBron and shit in the first when they first got together. I don't think LeBron was used to that at first and shit. But now they were kind of fire. Like the last 2 years they were really good together. I'm not gonna lie. But before that, they were like questionable and shit.
So
Also, like D'Angelo Russell,
yeah,
right? D'Lo, he just got traded a few weeks ago too. Like D'Lo, fucking him and Anthony Davis's pick and roll was like top 5 or some shit, top 3 in the NBA last season. So that shows to you like LeBron already was moving off the rock. Like Anthony Davis and D'Lo were having great chemistry and shit.
hmm
So they know that they could give it to if Luka has the ball, LeBron can get out of the way, and then the same thing the opposite. Like Luka has one of the best post games as well, right? Like you put Luka in the post, LeBron outside, giving it inside to him, like that could work too. So we'll see, bro. But like so far, the reaction has been like from like Stephen A. Smith and shit. Like this guy I just seen a video of him like right now, right? He was wearing like a white suit, so I don't know when that was, but he was um like Dallas will be the number 1 seed and shit. Like he was like Lakers are not even a contender right now and shit. Like that's how he was acting. They were trying to like downplay it, right? So like they're trying to say like Luka is in a worse situation.
he's a liability and shit.
No. They're not saying he's a liability. What guys like Stephen A. Dallas is saying he's a liability. What guys like Stephen A. are saying is that Dallas had a better team. Like he was better off there. Like coming to Lakers is like going backwards. Like they were closer in Dallas with Kyrie and Clay and Luca and fucking all those guys that they have. Their bench players, their big man and shit. Right? They just went to the finals last year. He's saying that they were better before, like with Luca and all the guys they have, is a better team than the Lakers. Right? That was his opinion, and he was like, if Anthony Davis goes over there and plays defense, and plus all the other big men they have, he was like, yo, that's just one of the best big man lineups and shit. Like they got so many bigs and shit. Like that's what he was trying to say, but he was also trying to be like Kyrie's gonna be going crazy. He was like, they were trying to say like OKC is gonna go to the West Finals no matter what. Like that's what he was trying to say. So he's saying who's gonna beat OKC and shit. He was like, yo, Kyrie is gonna beat OKC. That's what he was trying to say. Like he was trying to bring it at like Dallas is better than OKC type shit with AD. That's what he was trying to say. But then you look at the Lakers and shit. They're still in a decent position. Their record's good, right? If Luka plays at the point guard position, then you got Austin Reeves at the 2. You got LeBron playing the 3 spot. Then you got a bunch of guys that can play the 4, right? Like they have Finney Smith, who used to be on Dallas with Luka. They went to the West Finals together he was a starter at that time. He's like a 6'9" shooter type defender, like a wing big man / defender, and like he shoots 3, spot up 3 type, like get out the way for Luka and just stand on the side and shit. Right? He's that type of a big man. Then the other guy they got Markieff Morris. I think he already played with the Lakers once, and when they won the chip, he was on that championship team. Markieff Morris. He's also the same type of 6'9" defender / shooter big. Right? He just gets out the way on offense and stands in the corner trying to hit like a little fucking mid range or a 3. You know what I mean? Like that's all he's doing. He's not fucking in the paint and shit. They got a bunch of guys that are gonna spread. Like everyone's gonna stay out of the way on offense. The question is on defense, are they big enough and shit? Do they have enough big, tall, lanky guys to defend the rim and shit? That's where the issue is gonna be. And then also they don't have no one that can stop. Like, for example, if they were to play like someone like fucking Kyrie, SGA, right? OKC's point guard SGA, Shai Gilchrist, right? If they were to play those 2 point guards, if they're to play like any team that has like scoring guards and shit, whoever, like, you know, you could name any point guard in the league, they're gonna have trouble guarding them because Luka's not an on-ball defender. People just blow by him, right? And then LeBron's too old to do that shit all game. And Austin Reeves, like a white boy that doesn't really, like, he tries his hardest, but he can't really shut nobody down and shit. Like you know? So like they're missing that defender, like the point defender type guy. They're missing that speed on the ball to defend on ball speed and shit. And they're missing a big man. If they had those 2 pieces, I could like say that the Lakers are gonna win the chip and shit. And then the trade deadline's on Tuesday. So everyone says like they're gonna trade Austin Reeves. That's the rumor. So
I mean, like after this trade, anybody's up for grabs. Did you see Kevin Durant's reaction?
Yeah, I saw that. You have the video?
Yeah, man. A second.
Pull it up. As long as it doesn't delay and shit. If it delays, I'll just tell you to stop it. But
Korean legal with you
in here.
Yes, crazy. Dan would have never thought Luka Doncic get traded at this age, you know, mid-season. Yes, NBA is a hot place, man. If he can get traded, then anybody's up, you know, for grabs, you know. So yes, so fans, you know, by spectating is pretty fun. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking, though, probably for Luka and everybody in Dallas, LA, AD, so everybody involved. I'm sure the heads are spinning right now.
And just as a player, does this kind of underscore the transactional nature of this business?
It's always been transactional. Players are held to a different standard of loyalty and commitment to a program. But the organizations don't get held to that same standard. outside world, either whether it's from media members or fans. And we all should be held to that same standard. Like, it's a transactional game. There's a lot of money involved, a lot of business involved too. So we shouldn't be too shocked about trades, guys moving to different teams, coaches moving to different teams. It's just the nature of playing basketball and us making this much money involved too. So it's pretty wild times, man, and especially around trade deadline. So I know everybody's gonna be watching their phone the next week. We got 5 days. I know everybody's gonna be following the updates. So yeah, it's crazy.
Do you feel like this shifts the balance of power at all in the West?
Yeah, I mean, you got two.
But to have Luka and LeBron.
But yeah, like you got Luka, LeBron, Reeves, you got Kyrie,
And
Clay, Gap.
He looks so fucking high.
Man, shit. Yeah,
This guy's wearing a
Honest.
4.5 type
players.
logo on his shirt and shit.
Two great players.
Yeah, that's probably one of his companies.
I just can't wait to see it all on the floor and see,
I cut this, bro. It's too long and shit. But yeah, yo. So shout out to KD, man. KD is a real stoner. KD's the one that brings the loud pack to the fucking practice and shit. You know what I mean? He's the guy with it, and it's rolled. He got those roller fingers, bro.
It's legal in the NBA, right? You can blaze and play and shit.
Yeah, everybody knows he blazes. He's been on podcasts saying, "Yeah, I smoke before the games. I smoke before practice.
Yeah.
I be smoking out. I'm high right now." I think he was on the Letterman podcast and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, how often do you smoke?" Like, he's like, "I'm high right now and shit." But like, he looks so normal when he says it. Like, he doesn't look like he's fucked up. But like, I guess he just has that stoner look and shit. But yeah, pretty much KD's saying like, KD's on some bullshit. He's on his bullshit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he's not really saying nothing, but he's also saying like the Lakers are fucking stacked now. But he also said AD and Kyrie's fire too.
Right.
So we'll see, bro. We'll see. His team's pretty stacked too, bro. Suns are all right. It's gonna be a dogfight. I still like Luka. Luka's fucked. That guy beat Denver by himself. That guy beat fucking the Suns by himself. That guy almost took out Kawhi by himself. Like, Kawhi and Paul George were struggling with this guy. He was only like 23, 22. So Luka's fire, bro.
Yeah, he's in LA now. The coach is there's some photos that are on the internet with
Yeah, he did
owners.
he did the
LA. But he's taking a cut, like a big cut from his pay too, like, you know.
Well, that's like potential cut, yeah. Potential. Yeah. He's not that's not in his contract right now. So that's that new what the fuck they call it?
5 year
Supermax.
Yeah.
That was the Supermax, the Supermax. Like, that was the biggest contract. Like, if you sign someone, so pretty much now the NBA, like, they did this rule because everyone was doing what LeBron did and jumping teams and shit, right? So they tried to make a rule where the team that you draft with can pay you more than anyone. And if you leave that team at any point, you can never qualify for it. Right? So you have to have like 7 years pro or some shit to qualify for the Supermax. The Supermax. They used to have a Supermax, now they have a double Supermax. Like, it's like guys, like, he's still gonna get the Supermax, but this Supermax would have been like an extra 100 mil and shit. Like an extra 120 mil. Now he can only qualify for like 250 mil, whereas he could have made 370 mil and shit. Which is a big fuck up. So he's probably pissed.
So they've already officially updated the roster on NBA.com.
Yeah, this shit's done, a done deal, bro. Lakers got Luka, bro. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like, there
you have it. Special.
Yeah, so they got these are their players, bro. Bronny James is there too. Go down. Can you go down? Maxi's in the Dallas trade. They just got him in this Dallas trade. That's their rookie, Dalton. He's like he's a nice shooter. Morris was there when they won the last championship. So pretty much like they got enough guys. Like Vanderbilt's 6'8". Like they got enough guys to defend the wings and shit. They don't got no guard defender or no big man. So we'll see. We'll see. But they're not like they would have a problem with Joker. They would. But I feel like they just think Luka's better, bro. Like they rather have Luka than fucking anybody. Like you get what I'm saying? Like Luka already beat the Nuggets and shit. Like no one else could do it, and then Luka did it. Like look at his averages, bro. Look at that, 35.4. That's wild, bro. Right now he's averaging 35.4 on the season, but he only played 22 games, which is very low. His career average 28. Like the only thing that's gonna slow this guy down is just his physical size and shit. Like the
Yo,
fucking
some LA baddies slow him down too, bro. He can get into the party life and shit.
this guy's coming from Dallas, bro. Dallas is where the baddies are, bro. And he's from Europe, bro. Guy knows like 5 languages and shit. Like this guy, these guys get pussy, bro.
This guy had 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists against Toronto. Why is it always Golden State? 45 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists.
Yeah, that's December 16th. That's just a
God
couple of
damn.
weeks ago. Yeah, Lucas.
Why do rappers always like get rocked, bro? They're like meant to get fucking beat up and shit.
Yeah, but this new NBA is wild, man. Everyone just shoots and shoots and shoots. There's no
That's why they're like,
defense
we don't
shit.
need a big man. Shit.
Yeah, I know that. But
It's
they'll
like,
need it against certain teams. That's all.
yeah, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, like certain teams. Like if you're playing against AD or you're playing against Jokic, you're playing against Embiid, you're playing against Giannis. Like you're gonna need someone down there to just help out and shit. You just need bodies, bro. They don't have to be good and shit. They just gotta be quick. Like nowadays, like you don't need someone that can stand in the paint. You just need someone that can slide, but have block shots with their height and shit. But they can just slide, like rotate.
Right.
They don't defend 1-on-1 no more. They're like fucking doing like pick and roll switch every time, switch every time, so that there's no like you don't need to go over the screen. Every time you go under the screen, guard the big and shit. And the big man steps out to guard the fucking shooter, the point guard.
Right.
And that's why the new bigs are all like skinny and quick guys. Like that's what
the game change.
Yeah.
They got the wingspan and shit now.
Yeah, like back in the day, the defense used to be like, yo, you gotta fight over the screen and shit. Right? Like you gotta call out the screen for your boy so that he could fight over the screen. You gotta be like, yo, screen coming right side, bro. Like so he could fucking fight over it. But now they're just switching and shit. Like switching's like what you do when you know your teammate's shit. Mm-hmm. Right? Like when you would play, like if we were playing street ball right now, right? And they were going to run a pick and roll on us, you would just be like, switch. Right? And I would just follow the guy that's running the pick on me, and you would go step up on that guy that's trying to cross me out and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what we would have ran. But in NBA, like you don't need to do that because people are so skilled, but they don't take advantage of how skilled defenders are. They don't do it. They rather just like they take the percentage that it's easier to do that. Switch is like a better percentage. That's why analytics and all that. That's why they say analytics take over the game and shit. If you shoot a 3, it's the most valuable shot on analytics and shit. Right? Why would you shoot a mid-range 2? That's why they try to hate on Kobe's game, right? They'll be like, yo, why would you try to shoot a mid-range 2 when you can take one step back and shoot the 3? Percentage-wise, it's a better shot. It's worth more, and it's fucking whatever has a higher chance of going in and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how they play. But, like, guys like Kobe, MJ, they don't follow that shit. They play for feel and shit, right? They play with the feel of the game and shit.
So my question is, why isn't Luka on the All-Star?
I think he's injured or some shit.
Ooh. Or
he doesn't qualify because he didn't play enough games, some shit like that. but I didn't know he wasn't on All-Star. On the West side, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, SGA, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, James Harden, Jaren Jackson, Alfred Sengun, Victor Wembanyama, Jalen Williams. Wow, Jalen Williams made the All-Star team. Same with Sengun. Those guys are shockers. Fucking Giannis, Jalen Brunson in the second spot. Is that how they actually voted him second? That's crazy if they didn't.
He's starting.
Yeah, I know he's starting. That's pretty dope too. Jason Tatum, Karl Anthony Towns, Jaylen Brown. I said Donovan Mitchell, right? Cade Cunningham. Oh, that's nice for him, bro. That's a young boy too. Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, yeah. Tyler Hero, that's a shocker. Tyler Hero got voted to the All-Star team, yo. What the fuck? By the coaches? Damian Lillard, Evan Mobley, Pascal Siakam. Wow. Pascal
Yo,
made
where
it.
the-
No Raptor player.
Yeah,
Uh,
where the Raptors at, bro?
So, yo, Cleveland has 3 players, bro. That's crazy.
It's pretty much Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston.
Yeah, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Boston.
That's majority of that.
Yeah, the West is all like one team player per team and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's another shocker. Like the Suns, no Devin Booker, right?
Yeah.
There's no like James Harden made it. Yeah, James Harden made it. No Devin Booker from the Suns. That's wild and shit. Then no De'Aaron Fox again. He just got traded to the Spurs. Who else is there? Who else is there? There's some big guys missing. So Pascal Siakam made it, but the other Tyrese, whatever his name is, didn't make it, eh? No one from the 76ers made it either. That's crazy. All right, man. Take that shit off the screen, bro. When's the All-Star game? Next week? It's after the Super Bowl, right?
I think so. February 14th to 16th. So 2 weeks. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. TNT Sunday, February 16th, All-Star Game.
Yeah.
But yo, LeBron ain't Jordan, bro. But at the same time, could Jordan do it without Pippen
Yeah.
and Dennis Rodman? Because
Dennis Rodman's only there for 3 times, so Pippen's the only one you can ask the question. But could LeBron do it without D-Wade? Could LeBron do it without Anthony Davis? Could LeBron do it without fucking Kyrie? No. So why are we even asking that? It doesn't matter who they do it with. That doesn't make no difference. Like, what is that supposed to prove? Can you win 6 straight with Miami when you have D-Wade next to you? No, you can't. We know that. There's a solid answer for that. Can you win 6? Can you win 3 straight or whatever? Can you win a 3-peat with the Miami Heat? No. Can you beat Dallas's bum-ass team with the Miami Heat roster? No. That's a fucking choke job, bro. It is what it is. That alone is fucked. Right? I'm gonna let him give a pass for the when he went to the finals when he was a young boy and he lost to the Spurs when he was a young boy. I'm gonna let that one slide. Even though if Jordan was in the finals, he would have smoked that Spurs team. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That Cavs team wasn't as bad as people think, but it was pretty shit, but it wasn't as bad as people think, especially in the East at that time. What's their name? Like, the New Jersey Nets made the finals every fucking year, and they have fucking J. Kidd alone. Like, the East was trash, bro. Reggie Miller made the finals in the East at those times. Like, Reggie Miller was a threat, like, to make the in 2001 and shit. Reggie Miller was a threat. Who else made the East? Like, the Detroit Pistons was, like, the best team from the East during that whole era. That whole era, Detroit Pistons was the best team from the East during that whole era. There wasn't much other fucking teams, bro. So, then you had the Iverson before that, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know what people be talking about when they say that LeBron team was all shit and this and that. They still made the finals, but anyways, if we're going to talk about the Dallas, him and D-Wade with Chris Bosh, Yo, that should have been a chip. That should be a championship. If you're trying to say like, yo, this guy's as good as Jordan and all that shit.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7 with
Right.
Miami.
And then a couple years later, after you beat the Spurs last year, you face the Spurs again the next year, but this time you lose to them. That's like if the Lakers won 2 championships and then the team that they beat in the last championship, they play them again the next year, but they lose to them this time. Like if Shaq and Kobe lost to the fucking Reggie Miller and these guys after beating Reggie Miller last year, they come back and fucking lose to Reggie Miller. Like that shit ain't happening, bro. That shit ain't happening. And who the Spurs have? Tim Duncan. Come on, you have LeBron James and fucking Dwayne Wade, bro. Like, I'm not trying to say Dwayne Wade's like Kobe or any of these guys, but Dwayne Wade is fire, bro. LeBron and Dwayne Wade on paper is fire.
Mm-hmm.
If you just think like, yo, I have these 2 guys when they're 26 years old, that's fire. Like, you can't complain if you lose, you fucked up, right? So they had 4 years together, whatever. They fucked up that first year,
That's
but
the
then
Diddy parties and shit.
yeah, then they won 2, right?
Yeah.
They won 2. I'll give them all the respect for winning back to back and shit. I didn't even think they would do that at the time. They won back to back. Then they lost that 4th year against the Spurs and shit. Then LeBron dipped, went to Cleveland, right? So, like, in the meantime, if we're comparing that with Jordan, right? Like, he just played 3 championships. LeBron went to 4, Jordan went to 3. Then he fucking retired, came back, went to fucking 3 more, won those 3. That's kind of an epic story. Like, that matters if you're talking about the GOAT and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that like you can say to make LeBron say like, yo, LeBron's the GOAT and whatnot is like, okay, how long he's been playing, like, yo, how he started when he was so young, like he's a lifetime hooper, like he's a professional, he's a top tier, like there's so much shit about him, his skill set, his size. There was a point where like people used to say he's so good at defense. I think Jordan was better, but like they say that there was one time where LeBron was like the best defender ever and shit. Like they try to make that case and shit. But he never won Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron never was the league leader in the scoring and shit. Like how many times was Jordan's league leader scoring? Like 9 times or some shit. Right? Like Jordan, the league leading scorer, 9 times. Defensive player like fucking 5 times or some shit like that. Like it's hard to like fucking compare, right? So now you got Jordan over. Like now we go to LeBron's side, right? Like okay, LeBron came in. He had that one game against Detroit where he like fucking scored like 30 points in a row with some shit and smoked Detroit, right? At that point was his peak point to be like, yo, this guy is the GOAT and shit. That was his time to be like, yo, I'm the GOAT and shit. He did that shit. He took his team to the finals. They were trash, but then they got swept by like he had a trash team. He took them to the finals, but then they got swept by the Spurs. Right? That was the reality check. Like, you ain't Jordan, bro. Sit down, son. Like, you
He
ain't
definitely
Jordan.
ain't Jordan, man. Jordan was a savage. This guy's like Taco
that was
Tuesday and shit.
yeah. Like to me, that was the checkpoint. Like, if he took that Cavs team and won the championship, that was fucking GOAT status. Like you're not Jordan, but like, yo, you did that and you're untouched that year. Like that year you went crazy. That's an epic year. Like nothing I could say about that, but you didn't, you lost, you got swept. The West was just better back then. Like the West was just fire. The East was just light and LeBron was hard to defend. So he went out West and he got smoked by Tim Duncan and these guys, a good coach and all that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, Jordan got beat by the Celtics. Jordan got beat by fucking, I'm not saying Jordan is flawless and shit. We got to bring up the times Jordan fucked up. But I can't really like I can't really find any point of Jordan's game where I'm like, yo, LeBron's is better and shit. Like, to me, like if we're just gonna look at it, like I can't really find that. There's no point. Like there's no point in like I get what people think and shit. Like you see the highlights, you see the dunk, you see how big LeBron looks. Like I've been to games, like I've been like not courtside, but I've been like 8 rows back watching LeBron play at a Cavs game against the Raptors or whatever. And yo, when you see him, he looks fucked. You see him run and jump and shit, that shit looks fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I get why people think he's the GOAT. And then now you're gonna look at it like he's like in year like 21 or some shit. His son's in the NBA. He has the record for most points. You know, he still averages whatever longevity and shit. Like those things matter as well and shit. Right? Like those things matter as well. So people are gonna use that as a bit like the heavy base and shit. Like, yo, this guy lasted this long, playing this good. It's not his fault. His teams weren't that good. It's not his fault. His coach was trash. He did his thing though. He's fucking nice and shit. That's the debate for LeBron being the GOAT. Like he's nice. He did it that long. He has 4 rings. He like it's not his fault. Miami fucking choked and shit. That's a team loss. That's not LeBron loss and shit. That's their like angle on it and shit. Right? Like that's the way they're looking at it. Like, yo, Jordan had good players too. Jordan had good players too. That's what they're gonna say, right? Like Jordan played with Pippen, right? Jordan played with whatever. Okay. But Jordan never played with Kobe. Like Jordan never played with Hakeem. Jordan never played with Shaq. Jordan never played with guys that are like that dude. He never did, bro. But he played with Pippen, so I get it. But there's other guys out there, like for example, like Tracy McGrady played with Yao. Tracy McGrady had Yao Ming. They couldn't make the finals, right? Like and that's just like saying like what I'm trying to say is like if you take a section of Tracy McGrady's career and if he did that for 20 more years, like 10, 15 more years, if you take 5 years of his career, multiply that by 15 times, give him 1 or 2 championships, but him and Yao fucked up like 8 times and shit, right? Like they fucked up 8 times, but he played for fucking 15, 20 years and he averaged like 28 points and shit. Is that the GOAT now? Like you could do that with anybody. If Vince Carter averaged 28 his whole career, but he only won 1 chip and lost 5 times, is he the GOAT now because of the stats and how long he lasted? Like that's just like I don't get that argument. To me, like it's invalid. Like the reason why it's invalid is because whatever Jordan did in his 10-year or 12-year career, like whatever he did, right? Like he won 6 chips. He won all those MVPs, all those the league leader awards and shit. And he was out. But that don't mean if he stuck around, that doesn't mean that if he kept playing, he couldn't do this shit. Right? That doesn't mean he couldn't still drop 25 a game or 20 a game. That doesn't mean he can't do that. So that's why like that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean eventually like for example, like LeBron right now, right? He's going to get Luka on his team. If they go win a championship but Luka's the best player, right? That's the franchise doing that. That's luck. That's like the franchise. They went like, for example, say if Jordan and these guys they got rid of Pippen and they got Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
After they won their fucking 6 championships, they're like, all right, we're trading fucking Pippen. We're bringing in Shaq and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now Shaq's the best player and Jordan's averaging like fucking 20 and Shaq's averaging 28 and shit. And Jordan like hits a couple key shots and shit like that, and he still does his thing. But Shaq's doing all the work, blocking all the shot, doing everything. Now, what are we gonna say that elevates Jordan's status? Does that elevate the Jordan? Like, is that because that's the situation? Like, if Kyrie's dropping 40 and LeBron's dropping 40, or if Anthony Davis is getting 18 rebounds and 25 points in the key game and fucking taking a shot and hitting a jumper over Jokic or fucking blocking Jimmy Butler and all this shit and doing all that work and shit. And then now you're going to elevate LeBron's status. But if when you go look at the Jordan tapes, there's no one doing that.
Mhm.
There's no one matching Jordan's play stats wise, physicality wise, like whatever. Okay, I'm not saying that Pippen doesn't have good games and shit like that, or Pippen's not fire, but I'm saying like he's not like doing that.
Mhm.
They're not like going down shot for shot like Jordan takes one shot, next time Pippen gonna go take a shot. Like that's what Kyrie and LeBron were doing.
Mhm.
Like that's how good those players are. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like those players are like Kyrie's fucking nasty, bro.
Mhm.
That's that's the thing I don't get, right? Like that's what I don't get. How can you have Kyrie and only win one chip or whatever, you know? Like, because if Jordan was with Kyrie, that would be a wrap for the league and shit.
I agree.
But yeah, man, sorry, bro. I had to go in on that.
All good. All good. It's gonna be a fun second half season, man.
Yeah, bro. So, like, you tell me now who you think better and why too, as well, man. Like, I want to hear this from your perspective and shit.
As in Kobe, Jordan and LeBron.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, like the answer is straight up. As much as like LeBron's physically, more dominant than Jordan, I think like even mentally, Jordan was it's just unstoppable. First of all, like even on and off the court, and it was a different era that back in the day, right? So the thing about Jordan is when you go to the finals, he never went home without a fucking ring. So that says everything to me. Like, and if he lost, like this guy would show up like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning the next day. Tim Grover would show up and he's ready. When he was shooting what do you call it? What's that movie, man? Space Jam. Like this guy had a whole gym set up. Like the schedule he had that time, he would wake up, work out, go to a shoot, work out in the middle, and then come back and run a scrimmage all night with other players just to see how they were playing. So Jordan was just fucked. So the thing about LeBron, he's just physically more dominant. He's gifted from the start. Like ever since he was playing in high school, So obviously I had that hope, like, oh, in my lifetime, I'm gonna get to see somebody. Because when I was like, I didn't really get to see Jordan play. I was too small, right? I didn't even fucking know that time what the fuck's going on. But um, yeah, like I really thought LeBron was gonna come in and just do some super natural, like crazy shit. But I think mentally, like, you can't stop Jordan. Like you just can't stop Jordan. Jordan's too fucked. Like that's not even like I can't even argue that. Like that's just like
Yeah.
I don't how do you even like compare them to? The only thing you can compare them with is like points or like championships. Otherwise, you can't. Like Jordan would smack his own players and shit. Just fucking slap Steve Kerr and shit, punched him in the eye. Like you don't see LeBron doing that type of shit.
I never heard nothing like that. Yo, man, like, I'm not mad at your answer, bro. Like, it sucks that we both had the same opinion on this because it makes it a better, like, argument and shit. But, like, it's kind of hard to, like, not pick MJ, bro. It's
I mean,
just
like
kind of
when you
hard,
put
bro.
Kobe in the equation,
Yeah, I'm taking Kobe still. I'm taking, like, me personally, I'm taking Kobe, right? But that's just because, like, if I had to watch, if I had to, like, the thing is the amount of detail I've watched LeBron's career and Kobe's career is on the same level, right? Like, I've watched so much of their shit. It's so documented. I've watched it live. I watched the replays. Like, I really watched them. I've, so whereas the Jordans, like, I've seen a lot of tape and shit. I've watched two finals of his, right? And I watched all of his Wizards career, right? So, like, I'm talking about live, not like taped and shit. Like everything live, like, right? So I've seen like 97 and 98, seen Seattle and Utah, right? Those are the two finals I seen him play, right? Live. Everything else I seen afterwards. But for me, like Kobe skill set, like the way that he plays, the way he drives to the hoop, the way that he it's like it. To me, that's basketball, right? Like to me, that translates over if we just go to the court right now and play ball, right? Like if we just play ball and at the highest level, the fact that he can do that at the highest level is what makes it so fucked to me and shit, right? Like every fucking dribble, every move, like from the beginning, like since he was young, Kobe, right? Like just the way that he plays the game and shit. To me, that's the guy I would take and shit, right? Like I seen him fuck up Tim Duncan. I seen him dunk on Yao, Dwight Howard, like just crown these motherfuckers. I seen him do like, and I'm not saying LeBron never dunked on no one or Jordan never dunked on no one. We're talking about three like legends here. But for me, is I'm taking the Kobe. What I seen Kobe his whole career. I'm taking Kobe. If I had to compare with LeBron's career, why I won't take LeBron over Kobe in his like career wise, like because Kobe lost to the Celtics, Kobe lost to the Pistons in the finals. Like we're not gonna fucking act like Kobe never lost in the finals. I seen Kobe get swept by fucking Dirk and shit. I've seen all that shit. But
Kobe sucks. Kobe
yeah,
sucks.
but the thing about Kobe to me is the way that he plays ball and the way that he does it is the way that if I was the coach, that's how I want my players to do it. So that's why I'm taking Kobe, right? Like, and that's as me as the coach. I might be a losing coach. You might take LeBron and you guys want to run that pass first style, like play off the other guy, watch the reads, watch the cover, like all that shit. That's fine, bro. Right? Like LeBron's like out there, he's knowing what the other team's running and shit. He can see defenses, he can do fucking crazy passes. He got awareness like out the fucking world and shit. Like, you know, like I seen a tape of Jokic and shit, right? Like he's looking this way the whole fucking play. He doesn't even know how, I don't know how he knew there was a guy in that corner and shit, right? And he just fucking he catches the ball here and just boom, it goes to someone way in the 3-point corner, and he's up at the top of the fucking at the top of the 3-point, right? He's at the top of the 3-point. The guy with the ball was dribbling on the right side, and he passes it over to Joker. Joker's looking this way at the top of the key, and he just goes boom right over to the corner. Like that's like LeBron type shit, right? So like I see that like Kobe's not making those type of reads and shit like that. So like it depends on what you like, right? Like for example, New Jersey Nets, Jason Kidd. He would sometimes pass the ball. Instead, like he could have just waited one more dribble and fucking go for a layup, but he'll set the guy up and shit. Get the players hot, get his teammates hot and shit. Get fucking the shooter some shots and shit. Get a, you know, like he's looking to do that. And I love having that on my team. But in the final championship moments, right? Like for example, when J Kidd played in the finals against Kobe, right? He was setting his guys up, he's scoring his layups, he's doing his thing, getting to the free throw line, causing trouble and shit. But like the Kobe just taking over by just shooting and shit. Like just shooting and just fucking, you know, getting at him. Whereas J Kidd would like in those moments, he doesn't want to take that shot. Just that one dribble, like leaner and shit. They don't want to take it. Right. And I feel like LeBron plays like that too. Like he's like looking to make that play. So in the moment, like unless if it's a direct lane to get the dunk and shit, like sometimes he passes and shit. Right. Like sometimes he passes when he could just take like 2 dribbles and like you don't have that problem with a guy like Harden or Steph Curry or one of these guys. But you see LeBron do that. And that's why I would rather take Kobe. And then when it comes to Jordan over Kobe, like Jordan's better than Kobe, But me personally, I would just like if I could build a team, I would go with Kobe. I would go with Kobe, bro. Like and like it's not like as like if I was building a team, I would get Kobe and I'd be like, who else can I get? And depending on those rest of the players that are available and shit like that, then I would say like, but like when it comes to Jordan, like I've seen Kobe do the Kobe and Shaq thing. I've seen Kobe play with Gasol. When it comes to Jordan, it's more like an Iverson style. It's more like an Iverson style. And not the way that they play, it's the offense is run more like that. Right? Where one guy's really dominating the whole offense and shit. Right? So it just that it is what you like and shit as a coach and shit. Who you
Right.
picking out of the three? You're taking MJ or Kobe? You're taking Kobe too, right?
Yeah, MJ, Kobe, like yo, LeBron's great. Don't get me wrong, but these guys are just another animal, man. Like you can't
Yeah,
fuck with these guys.
like for me, and this is gonna sound crazy to people, but if I had to pick right now, right, like fuck Kobe or LeBron, if I had to take anybody in the NBA right now, right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Steph over LeBron, right, prime, not today's age, right. I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking 27-year-old Steph over 27-year-old LeBron, right. I might be crazy, right, but me personally, as a coach, like if I was picking a team and shit, I would take
Mm-hmm.
Steph, right. I I probably won't take Luca, but that's close. And I'm taking Joker. I'm taking both those guys over LeBron. And then I would take LeBron. But that's like those I would take Steph over LeBron and I would take Joker over LeBron. That's just me. I'm not trying to shit on LeBron and shit. That's just me, bro. Like I would like the Joker thing is like maybe you might not believe that or whatever or whatnot, right? But for me, like I would rather have that big man that can pass like that and shoot and fucking defense, like everything that he does, 3-time MVP type shit. Like I would
Mm-hmm.
rather have that. 1-time champion, NBA Finals. I would rather have that. Like I feel like I would rather have that than LeBron like telling me, "Yo, bro, this is how we're doing shit." Like you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and to me that matters. And then I don't know about like how Jordan would be, but I wouldn't take any of those guys over Jordan though. It's only Kobe over Jordan for me. And that's not in my rankings, Jordan's number one though. In my rankings, Jordan's number one. And I'll let people slide with putting LeBron over Kobe. I'll let people slide. But for me personally, I'm not doing that.
I mean, like LeBron's a goat in his own way. He's got his own son playing on the team and shit.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like if we're moving if we're saying, okay, in 20 years, who's everyone gonna think's the GOAT? LeBron. In 20 years from today. Everyone's gonna think LeBron's the GOAT. Because by then, people are gonna be like, "Yo, Michael Jordan." That's like talking about like today if we're like Bill Russell, today if
Yeah.
we're like Will Chamberlain, like 50 years ago, bro.
Short
Right?
shorts?
Yeah,
You're
like
talking about short shorts?
like like Jordan played in what like 2001 or some shit or '02, one of those years, right? His last year was like '03 or some shit, right before LeBron came or something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that was Jordan's last year, the year before LeBron came, or the year LeBron came. No, he didn't play that year. He played the year before LeBron came. So if LeBron came, what 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that was Jordan's last game. So Jordan's last game is like 25 years ago, right? 20 years ago, 25 years ago. That was Jordan's last game. So 20 more years from now, that's 40 years ago. So if we go back 40 years, 1980, if we go back right now, 1980 and shit, right? If we go back 40 years right now, 1980, right? Any of those players that were at the end of their career, right? To us,
Magic Johnson.
yeah. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's that era to them and shit. They're gonna be talking about these guys like Magic Johnson and shit. Like that how and Magic Johnson is still played in the 90s and shit. Like, right? Like, so Larry Bird and shit. Like that's what
In
these guys
that
are gonna.
case, Bronny's the GOAT, bro.
No. The thing is, Bronny. Why he's not the GOAT is because we don't know his career yet and how long he's gonna play and all that shit. The thing about LeBron is he's at the beginning of social media, right? Like he has all that advantage and shit. He's gonna have all these podcasts, interviews, documentaries, all that YouTube shit, right? Then he's gonna have fucking the most followers ever on Instagram out of all these NBA players. Like, they're gonna be all these things that the kids care about in the future that are gonna make him like, oh, LeBron used to have 10 million fucking followers and shit. Like the NBA kids, they're gonna be talking about that, whereas Jordan didn't even have Instagram type shit, right? So like they're not gonna fucking know about Jordan like that. For us, we're like retro. We know that retro life from our era and shit. Like when they bring back the Jordan shoes, when they bring back those TV shows, all that shit, Ninja Turtles, fucking Power Rangers, all that shit. Like we know all that shit. So for
Jordan's
us,
gonna
it's,
become like a Jerry West with the logo and shit.
yeah. And LeBron has such a long career that's gonna push forward and shit. Right? Like it's gonna push forward. Like for 20 years, LeBron was only been he still was in the league 20 years ago. But for us right now, Jordan wasn't even in the league 20 years ago. 20 years ago was 2004. Jordan was gone and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what's gonna happen, I feel like. But the real question is what shoes are they gonna wear? Because no one's wearing LeBron's, bro. That's for sure. Not in 20
Jordan,
years,
man.
bro.
Everyone's gonna be rocking Jordans, bro.
That's the real thing. Jello, bro.
Yeah.
All right.